What's up, y'all? I'm giving you an update. Today is April 24th, and I had my surgery on April 3rd, so I am 3 weeks and 1 day post-op. I wanted to get a video to you earlier this week and kind of go over some things that were going on, but I had my doctor's appointment. I wanted to wait till after that, and then I got sick yesterday, so I couldn't do it yesterday because I was sick. Um, I'll go into first just a physical stuff, feeling or whatever. After, like I said on the last video, after the tubes came out, I felt mostly normal. I'm really struggling with holding myself back from doing certain things that I used to do. It's easy to lay down and not do a whole lot when you feel crappy, but when you feel better and you feel more like yourself, it's harder not to be yourself and do what you would normally do. Um, so last week, so a week ago today, I got on the treadmill for the first time. My first video I explained that I used to do sprinting and running on my treadmill, and so to get on and just walk is hard for me. And so I turned up my incline to 15%, and I would do that for 2 minutes, and then I would do 9% incline for 3 minutes, and I did that till I hit 20 minutes. I'd switch off and on. And I did that Friday, and then I did that Monday, and then I did that on Wednesday. And Wednesday is when I went into my doctor's appointment. And come to find out, that's not a good thing to do. So even though physically I felt okay, you're just putting tension on your incisions, and not just your incision on the bottom, but where I had the muscle repair on the inside. I'm at three weeks, and so all the internal incisions are starting to get absorbed and stuff in my body, and so it's just the way my body's healed now is holding things together, and so it's very weak, and that's why you're supposed to wait. I was under the impression, kind of like after you have a baby, that your body would tell you when it's okay or when it's too much. When you're hurting, it's obviously too much. And that is just not the case with this tummy tuck, and that's where I'm struggling. And so I have some swelling in my lower abdomen that my surgeon believes is from the exercise that I was doing that I probably wasn't supposed to do. Maximum exercise, and this is to somebody that is fit, even before surgery, because I thought, just like with pregnancy, it's the only thing I can compare this to. I was in shape before pregnancy, or before I had my baby, and then I have my babies, and then I'm able to work out as soon as 2 weeks after I have my babies. I'm on the treadmill. And that's just not how this type of surgery is. It is seriously like a formula. You have your incisions, and then you have to wait until that muscle tissue is strong and solid together, and that takes 6 weeks. There's nothing you can do about that. So as much as it's hard to not, I miss sweating. I miss getting a good workout, and that's why I would turn the incline up so I could get my sweat up and my heart rate. And he said specifically, no, you don't want to be sweating. You don't want your heart rate up. You don't want to do any of those kinds of things until you're completely healed. So that is a struggle for me. I haven't gotten back on the treadmill since, just because of that swelling. But when I do go back on, it's okay as long as you're going slow, which I was. I was only going at about 3 miles an hour. That's not fast. So stick to that kind of a speed, but also the incline max at maybe 2 or 3%. So I was going way over what was okay. Other things with the update besides the swelling, we were cleared to romp in the sack. So my husband and I we actually tried it a couple of days before my visit, and then we did again last night. And a difference just in the 5 days is huge. You just heal so much every day. You heal more and more. It's hard though. You have to be careful, and you can't let him grab your sides or anything, and so it's really tricky. It's not the funnest thing, obviously. You're at this thing where you're trying to make yourself look better and you want to feel sexier, but yet you can't. You're still frail and can't be touched like that. So that was a kind of an interesting experience, because it's just, all this has just been fun and interesting. Not fun. let's scratch that. It has not been fun. It has been harder. It's been the hardest thing for me. You know, even having babies, it's hard. The recovery is really hard. The holding back and stuff has been very difficult for me. One thing it's so cliche and funny. They tell women, you know, once again, I can compare having babies, expect a little postpartum blues, things like that, you know, emotional stuff. And I had a little bit of that with my first baby, but really I was fine with all the rest of my babies. And so I never had any issues with that. And so when people said that after the surgery they dealt with some emotional roller coaster stuff, I thought for sure I would be immune to that and not have any problems. But it has definitely been an emotional roller coaster. When you hit that, so when you're first sore, that kind of sucks, but you expect that. And then it's the point where you start to feel normal that starts to bum you out a little bit, where you feel like yourself, but then your body's kind of swollen and bloated still. And then your belly looks foreign and alien and scary. And every day you're just kind of wondering about the money you spent on this thing, on your body, and if it's going to be worth it, and if it's ever going to go down, or if you're ever going to be able to wear normal clothes. And so and then that's kind of probably, and that's the reason why I was hopping on the treadmill too soon and doing too much, is just because you just feel so frustrated. You kind of want your results. But I mean, and it's funny because I did all this research and I knew that I still know that it takes months to get your full results and that you'll be swollen and full of fluid. It's just the fact that you feel normal and you're kind of, you know, you still look whatever, that is hard to deal with. And so that part kind of sucks. Emotional whatever. But even that hasn't been that bad. It's not like it's ever brought me to tears. It's just kind of been like, ugh, when I'm about to get in the shower, or when I look down at my incision and it freaks me out or whatever. So that's kind of interesting. Before I show you where I'm at, I'd also like to talk a little bit about that cool sculpting that I did. So today marks 5 weeks since I had that done on my arms. If you look at my other videos, this is where I'm at 5 weeks. They say you'll have maximum, see if I can turn that a little bit. You'll have maximum results at about 6 to 8 weeks is what they told me. By 9 weeks, you're pretty much done. So I still have some stuff. I still have a little bit of numbness right here, but not a whole lot. Definitely noticing it's tightened up a little bit. They usually say that people tend to do it twice on an area, so that might be something I might be open to in the future. We'll see. I'm not going to, after this major surgery and dealing with all this, I'm not going to jump back into anything for a little while. I'm willing to sit and just wait. So now to the part that I know that everybody kind of Googles and is most interested in, where I'm at as far as results go. Okay. So you can't really see my legs and stuff. They're definitely better, but they're still swollen. Swollen right here, swollen right here. And that, as I was talking to my surgeon, I've been having my husband rub that out. He's been rubbing and massaging my legs every night. And that could take months because you get fluid and then you get scar tissue and your body just takes a while to get all of that out. So that is going to be a long process. All right, let's take a look at my tummy. And I'll show you my scarring and stuff like that. I am no longer having to wear the binding every time, like all day. I only have to wear it at night. And so that's kind of good. And I bought another one from Walmart that is not so itchy and irritating. So anyway, so this is where I'm at 3 weeks post-op. See if I can tilt my phone down a little so you can see that. No longer having to wear tape on my incision. Before I forget, like I did last time, those bumps that I had, I still have right here. And it's still sore. Like where my lipo was, I didn't expect to be sore and for this long. Like I am still pretty tender. I've just barely been able to lay on my sides at night, which has been nice because I hadn't been able to get much sleep before that. So Anyway, so there's still a little bit of bump. It has gone down, but my surgeon said that that might even get worse. It's a pocket of fluid, and it might even get worse before it gets better. But it seems to be going down to me. As you can see, my belly button. Let me zoom in a little because I know that that was something that I wasn't really anticipating being freaked out so much. Anyways, it's a little bit infected still. Still looks kind of creepy, foreign. You can still tell where it's probably sewed a little bit underneath. My muscles right here are sore. They're a little bit sore right here and tender. I've got you can't see it on video probably, but right here it's like a little, it feels almost like a little marble or something under the skin. And that's kind of painful. That kind of hurts. And then the fact that I'm still, like I said, I'm still pretty swollen right here. Still have a lot of fluid. It's going down, but there's still a little bit of that shelf right here I explained earlier. So the fact that this side looks all kind of tuckered in is scary to me, and then the fact that this side looks a little bit smoother, besides some of this curtain, they call it like curtaining or whatever, ruffled on the bottom. And that's normal. He said that that should go down and go away, so we'll see. And I'll kind of give you a little bit closer as far as my incision goes. You can see I still have some scabbing and stuff like that on there. And it's a little bit tender on the sides, and it still freaks me out. Like, I've only had tape off of it for a couple of days, so it's still foreign to me, and my belly still looks scary to me, so. As far as the scarring goes, I went into this knowing that I was going to be scarred forever, so it's not something I was ever concerned about. My incision goes low enough that I'm not worried about having my scar show or anything like that, but I did get a bottle of new gel, and it's a silicone-based gel that I purchased at the surgeon's office, and that's supposed to help, with scarring. But like I said, it's not like it's gonna be gone. I just anticipated always that I would have a scar. I am fair-skinned. I am a freckly, fair-skinned girl, and so scars and things like that show up really good on me. I know I'm gonna be scarred, so I'm not too concerned. The only thing I am worried about, which I'm not ready for yet, is that feeling of normal when you wear pants and stuff like that. Obviously, I've worn jeans a few times with the rubber band, and because I'm numb, or at least I was around my incision really good, that I couldn't really tell if my jeans were too tight. It's kind of an interesting thing. You don't realize how much your belly area is what you use to determine how tight your jeans are. And that was the case for me, is my jeans were definitely tight, but I couldn't tell very well because of the numbness. And so it would start to ache. And so I don't wear jeans very often, which really sucks. This is the time of year I like to pull out all my capris and like to go running. And so I'm really struggling with that. But so anyways, yeah, no pants. Just like you saw, yoga pants and wearing that around and stuff. And then, like I said, I just anticipated the scarring. I expected it. So it's not like I'm actively spending all this money on stuff that is just, I'm going to have a scar in the end anyways. There are products out there, hundreds of dollars worth of products out there. The only thing that's really worked is anything that's got a little bit of silicone in it has been proven to help minimize scarring. But it's going to be there, so I'm just not too worried about it. Like I was saying with normalcy, it's that feeling. I want to make sure so when I'm ready, I'm obviously not ready yet. When I'm ready, I do want to do some of that massaging that I've read about as far as scarring to kind of help with that nerve damage and just things like that, so that when you're sliding down, it's not as painful, and it just kind of helps break up the scar a little bit. And so those are the only things that I plan on doing. I don't plan on forking out more money on something like this. So anyways, that's my little update, and I will try to let you know. I'll post another one when something else happens, or if I'm ever able to get rid of that shelf. But other than that, it'll probably be a few more weeks until I have better results, because my progress is going to be slow from here on for the next month or two. But at 6 weeks, my surgeon says that I'm cleared to do whatever exercise that I would normally do. So that's the plan. We'll see. Until next time,